Hey there, agents. This is Muffin Man here. You can find me on PlayStation Network as Revelation Attack. However, you've never heard of me. You've probably never seen me in the game. I'm not a content creator, or anything like that. Uh, but what I am is a big fan of survival. I'm really proficient in solo survival, and what I want to do here today is I want to help out people trying to get the shield. Now, before I continue, I'm about to show you the commendation sheet for survival. I've got everything paid and displayed. I've got my just desserts, the patch you get for having everything. It's what I run all the time. It's what I love. But before I go any further, I just want to apologize for the kind of potato quality of production here. I'm just kind of stream of consciousing some commentary. I recorded this run on August 12th, this last Sunday. And what I'm going to do is, instead of giving you a bunch of tips and a bunch of tricks, things like that, basically, I'm not going to sit you in a classroom and talk at you the whole time. I'm going to take you on a field trip. I'm going to let you ride shotgun with me when I'm going through this run. It's not the greatest run, I will admit. It is a master rank run, however, but it does well to show you the trials and tribulations of what you're going to be facing in there. If you're new to this, if you're coming back to this, if you think that extracting, killing 5 hunters, and extracting 5 items is going to be daunting, watch this video. I'm going to show you from beginning to end. I'm going to show you 16 minutes of raw footage from the beginning, and then I'm going to skip around to the good parts. But I'm going to show you beginning to end, from when I first land to when I extract. I'm going to show you what you need to look out for, the best ways to deal with things, the things that you need to listen for, which is a crucial part that most people, I don't think, understand. You want to be playing. You want to be playing with headphones. You want to be able to hear enemies. You want to be able to hear audibles, hear where they're coming from, so you can react. Another thing is, do not think that jumping into matchmaking and getting in with 3 other randoms is the best way to do this. Survival in numbers doesn't necessarily work here. If you don't know, if you got 4 people who don't know what they're doing, somebody's gonna go down, and you need med kits to revive in here. They do consume med kits on your character. It's not like in the regular game. You can't just keep getting people up.
I got something you might be interested in.
That being said, my suggestion is to go in solo and to go in PvE. You go in PvP, you're gonna jump out of your safe room, and there's gonna be 1, 2, 3, 4 people out there, all fighting against each other in a gunfight. And if you're not proficient with a green M9 pistol, you're probably not going to succeed. You're probably going to get killed, and you're going to be rinse, wash, repeat. Wash, rinse, repeat. Excuse me. So go in solo. You wear headphones. Keep listening. Go in PvE. That way, yes, you have people around you. You have other agents around you, and they will take. You'll have to fight off. You'll have to fight them for materials, collectibles in the dark zone, items in the dark zone, in the game, in the survival. They do not apply for multiple people. As soon as somebody takes something, it's gone. You cannot come in behind and also get it. So there's a big fight, especially at the beginning, to get in and get material. As you'll see during the run, it becomes a race, a literal race in at least one instance. We're about to get the launch ticker here. So first thing, what I want you to do, start off, is when the cinematic starts up, you hold square.
Better get yourself into
Down
a
in the
hazmat
bottom
suit,
right hand
Agent.
corner where
We
goes
just
the
got
loading.
word that the experimental
Because if you sit and you
antivirals
watch that
lost in the dark
cinematic,
zone have been
other
located.
people are going to
There's no
skip
time
the
to wait.
cinematic.
You and a team need to
They'll
go
get
secure
in
them
before
right now,
you.
or someone else
You'll
will.
get out there behind them. You'll be behind them. They'll have already gone in,
We need to be in the air before the
taken
storm hits.
a
But
bunch of
we've
stuff.
got a storm
You'll
coming
be
in.
you'll
They
be
say it'll make Sandy look
effectively
like a
left
snowball
behind.
fight. We're
You'll
locking
have to
base down for
find
the duration, and
a
Rhodes says
different
the weather might
loot
thwart
route
our
or something
comms,
like
so
that,
we can't count
and
on
it's
being in
real annoying.
contact.
Don't put up with that. Hold the cinematic. Like, get out of it. This is actually taking me quite a while to get in, I'll tell you what. So here we go. We're gonna drop in here. Every beginning safe room has one fabric, one painkillers.
Vital signs indicate probable infection.
Take your fabric, take your painkillers, head over to the crafting table. Make yourself a hat or a scarf,
Alert.
because you want to
Infection
stave
progress
off the
halted.
cold in early game as much as you can. Open your map and set a waypoint somewhere. That way, no matter which door you go out, you have your waypoint bleeding through. You have somewhere that you're aiming to go. So we're gonna step outside here. We got an explosion on our right. I'm gonna go check that out real quick.
Detecting
Got an
lowering of
audible.
core body
I'm gonna run up
temperature.
here.
Threat of
I've got a red
hypothermia
bar.
Increased.
Now, to be proficient with your M9, you got to be quick on the trigger. It's preferable to be in a stationary position and just get a hold of them and just spam the trigger. Okay, clothing has a use in survival mode. The higher cold rating, the better it is at staving off the cold. And eventually, you can have so much that you don't have to worry about it. Soda and water, it's another big early game item. You want to take it because, as you saw, that toolbox was bleeding through. Anything will bleed through if you have your thirst score up. Soda and water will do that for you. It will wean down over time to the point where nothing bleeds through. But until then, you've got good stuff now. Okay, so just got blue piece of gear. It was electronics, not the greatest, especially since you do not start with any skills. That's fine. It's better than the green piece I've got now. Box of fabric here. Fabric is big for end game. Don't use it early game, mid game to make clothing. Don't do that. Save it for end game. I'll show you why when we get there. Okay, we come down here. Okay, I got a mob. 3 red bars. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna line one up and just beam it. Take one out at a time. That's preferable. Do it from a stationary position. Do not try to strafe. Do not try to, if at all possible. Got an audible from my right side. Watching out for them. Keeping tabs. Take this guy out. I'm also watching my cold bar. I'm about to go cold here, but I'm going to take this guy out. There's another player there.
Body temperature is now below
Okay.
what is required
I'm
for
now
normal
freezing. When
metabolic
you're
function.
freezing, your health bar deteriorates. You obviously can't regenerate. And then it will kill you if you do not find shelter. You find shelter, find a box. All right, now
Immune
look here.
response
We
detected.
have
Infection
an
imminent.
unconscious agent all the way up there already. We've got we started with
temporarily
at
stabilized.
at least 13 people. And we've got this guy who bolted right up out there.
Body temperature dropping
People
below
will
normal
do
levels.
that. People will rush early game. And some of them are pretty good at it, but it's a real roll of the dice. Okay, so there was a toolbox that was taken. Somebody's already been here. I need to keep moving. At this point, I'm just running around, keeping an eye out for anything that bleeds through. Soak up anything that comes, that shows up. Grab a fire barrel. Always keep Keep an eye on that cold bar. Got a grenade going off in the background that's nowhere near us. Always pop by, a fire barrel when you can.
Detecting lowering of core body
Never know when
temperature.
you
Critical
need it.
hypothermia increased.
Okay, so as you can see, the blizzard conditions can be a real sight hazard. When you come across with trucks or something that have lights on, it can impair your vision if you're within that. Okay, so I've got a mob here. I sort out. I'll take a look, see how many they've got. These guys will move up. They'll try to surround you. So you always want to have a place to fall back on. That's a key piece to this. Do not just run and you don't have a gear set to rely on for whatever talents you use in a usual game. So you have to watch yourself. Do not just rush in. Okay, it sounds like we've got another M9 going off up here, another agent. So he moved in, he took those guys out. Fair play, I'm not even going to try to take his stuff. Not that I could have. You can have your audio on and other people can hear you. I prefer to play with the mute on. So, this is where the guy was up here. There's another agent. So look at what we got here. We've got 3 agents huddled around this fire barrel, all competing for materials. So I'm going to try to get out, try to get moving forward before they can heal up, before they can decide where they're going to go. That right there that I pointed at, it was a mannequin, but if you didn't know any better, you'd think it was an NPC, and that's something that you never know when you get into a game like this. You see a figure there. Okay, I jumped off and you can look in this building here. Now, nothing's bleeding through. And I don't know if somebody's taking anything here. So I'm gonna pop some soda, some water. They both do the same thing. Still nothing's bleeding through, so I'm sure somebody's gotten in here and taken. Yep, there was a med kit bag right there that was already taken, so somebody had been.
Drop in core temperature detected.
Come across the street. All right, I hear a trap, which means somebody hasn't been in there. Yep, there's something bleeding through. Pop that, let that burn out. Now there is something that bled through right there, so I'm gonna grab that and be right back. Then come to find out, this is a
Warning.
contaminated.
Now entering a
You
contaminated
do not
area.
have a virus filter, so watch when you go
Exiting
in
the
places.
contaminated area.
If you do not have one, you will die out. You will die. So I'm gonna move on. I've got about half my cold meter left. I'm gonna be sorting out a fire barrel here. Okay, there's
Core
a trap.
temperature is
Usually
below.
when there's a trap somewhere, it means there's some loot around it or something like that. But I know this area and there's not anything over there. So, all right, we got some audibles. We got 3 red bars right ahead. LMB, they've all got automatic weapons, so you've got to be careful. Find cover. Use grenades. Grenades can be a very big help in the early game, especially if you're in a tight spot like this one. I've got 3 of them here. Remember, aim them up and hit that trigger as hard as you can, as fast as you can. Doesn't matter if you hit the head as long as you're doing damage. Gotta whittle me down. to my last bar here. Fortunate enough not to have taken that last bit of damage to do that. They do some weird stuff, NPCs like this. You know how it goes. You know this game. So there you go.
Warning.
Just gotta
Infection detected.
tell you what, patience is a big part of this. Do not overextend yourself. I'm about to show you exactly why that's a bad thing here in a
Detecting
couple
lowering of core
seconds.
body temperature. Threat of hypothermia.
Another grenade
increased.
there. That's a good pick. So there, right there, somebody died. They've got a purple piece of gear, purple piece of something. I want it. I've got this purple bar here. I didn't check anywhere else though. So I just heard an audible on my left, so I've got at least 2 of them. One of them at least is a purple bar. He's got no damage on him. So I move back here. I got myself in a really big pickle right here. I can move back, but he's probably going to kill me if I do that. Toss a grenade in. Probably should have backed off right there, but he's keeping me pinned on my left. Now I know some of these other guys are coming in, and there he is. He sees that purple item over there as well. He wants it. Of course, the LMB goes after me still, even though he's getting shot in the face. So here's that race I was telling you about. This doesn't happen very often, I'll tell you that. But I did not come up, did not win that one. It was a purple weapon that would have been great to have, but alas, can't expect things to go your way. So I'm gonna at least tag this guy. That way you can get credit for the kill. If he drops something, I want to try to be moving in for it, but I'm not in position, unfortunately, and I don't have a med kit to heal that guy either. So alas. Okay, just got noticed by somebody else. What do we got? Okay, it's a red bar. It just went freezing. This is a very tricky spot. So I need to hope and pray that I can reach that fire barrel that I knew about. The nick of time. You've got to watch it. If you do not respect that cold bar, you will get caught off guard.
Alert. Infection progress halted.
Still can't believe I didn't get that loot. that dead body. That's how it goes. So I set my waypoint out here to this landmark, this construction site. So that's where I want to go next. However, I don't have I want to sort out more materials before I head there. Now, right now, I need to get some food so I can heal up. I don't have a med kit. I wouldn't want to use a med kit if I had a med kit. So I get some food. That's your main source of healing right there. You can go and you can make healing skills if you want. That's not the road I go. If you play it safe, you play it smart, you play tactfully, you won't need healing perks to bail you out. So before I move on to that construction site, dive back into a neighborhood over here, see what I can find. Back truck here, get some medicine. If you have enough cold rating, then back of the truck will warm you up. I'm not at that point right now. And I remember hearing an audible as I was running back as I was freezing to death, so I want to be careful here. Be careful that I'm not going to come upon another purple bar that I can't handle. I'd like to think I learned my lesson. I come up here, I know there's a weapon up here, so I'm gonna come up here. I don't see anybody around, so I'm gonna swoop in and take this weapon. Alright, so it's a machine gun. It's not the greatest for survival, but you take what you can get. Early game you can make it work, and I'll show you some of the better reasons to have an LMG early game. But generally you like an SMG, something that can be stable, something that can shoot quick, something that you can melt a red bar with and get him out of the way. So, got some audibles up here. Sounds like a turf war going on. I want in on the action. I want the points for kills. Now I took out my pistol because that's going to be better ranged. I'm going to pace my shots with this since I'm not under threat right now. Electronics. Happens. Didn't drag me down below my third bar. It's really great to find a holster like that because it gives you a boost to all three of your stats. That's what you really like to see. Now moving forward a little bit. Moving around.
Drop in core temperature detected.
Moving on. I get surprised by a purple Riker here. I was lucky enough to hit him as he was trying to throw a grenade. So I got him to pop that grenade, so I could tee off on him for quite a while. Looks like he tried to throw another one, so I got really lucky in this encounter. I'd love to tell you I did it that way on purpose because I'm that good, but I just got lucky there. Now, there was only one NPC. Usually these guys run in packs, so you want to watch out. You're not just going to go pick up that piece and get blindsided by an enemy that hadn't seen you yet, but is still gonna show up. So moving on here. Now listen, I want you to listen. Trap here. Now, traps are tricky because you blow one up. If there's an NPC somewhere around to hear it, it's going to attract their attention. You hear the combat music starting back up. Not hearing an audible, but we have caught the attention of somebody. So we want to watch out. You don't know. I don't know what's out there. It could be red bar. It could be purple bar. You want to be careful. Have respect for any mob that comes your way, because if you don't play it right, if you don't play a red bar mob right, they could take you out just as well as a purple. So I'm popping out, seeing what I can see. I don't see anybody. Still haven't gotten an audible. I don't really know what's going on, but I do know something's out there. Somebody's investigating the area. See down the road there, that flashlight, that's a yellow bar heavy Riker. We want to be very careful we don't set that guy off. If we get a bullet going down there, we picked somebody up there. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to back off because I do not want to engage whoever's there. All right. Okay, it's a purple bar. So he set up his turret, so if he chases me down here, he's not going to have that turret. I'm going to wait for him. I'm going to take out a grenade here and see if I can get him to pop up on, call it a miniature radar. got that shotgun. It's not going to be as effective at range. So. Take some pot shots, take them out.
Warning. Infection detected. Body temperature dropping below normal levels.
There we go. Get some stamina gear. Stamina gear is going to be the best gear for you off the bat. Going to give you more survivability. All right, keep an eye out down that street. All right, I've got an explosion to my right. Okay, there's an NPC right there. Hasn't seen me yet. I want to take advantage of that. Okay, got another audible. So we got at least 2. I'm going to back off. Always keep in mind of that yellow bar. Okay. Keep listening for those audibles. They'll keep shooting their mouths off, and it's great for you because you can keep tabs on where they're at. Got a guy on my right. He's gonna. So that's what you gotta watch out for. When they don't say anything and they just start teeing off on you because you forgot to look for them, you lost track of them, that can cost you. Keep listening. Listen where it's coming from. You got those headphones on. They're doing work, I tell you. Try to get them to move around because they will. They will move quite a bit. Now I did take a shot down the street there. Luckily, the heavy is far enough down the street, it appears. Then popping in and out. Took care of them. We're gonna need to find some shelter. There we go. Now, a purple firearms vest. It's great. It replaces a green, so I get more stamina and firepower. It's great all around. And there we got some stamina gloves, some stamina purple gloves. It's great. Again, the more stamina you can get early game, the better chance of surviving a chance encounter that you're not expecting. Always keep topped up on your food. Never know when you're gonna need to get it, because again, that's your main source of healing. You don't want to use med kits. You start with 1. You can hold 2. All right, there we got an SMG. A lot of stability to it. It's good stuff. Okay, we got another turf war going on over here. Make sure we're not dealing with some purple bars. Okay. Got LMBs, so we're going to watch out. They've got automatic weapons. Looks like he took out the other side. So we're going to wipe him out. Wait for him to make a move. Because they will. They will make that move. My potato aim there doesn't take him out. There we go. So we're moving on here. Okay, came upon a purple bar there. So we're gonna try to find an advantageous position to take him on. And it looks like he just stumbled upon his turf war there. We're gonna come out. We're gonna try to take advantage of some injured NPCs.
Core body temperature dropping.
Don't know where the purple bar went, but he's out of sight at this point. So we can tee off on these red bars. Turret just went up, but it's again out of sight. Okay, gonna use that grenade again to see if I can see if he's around the corner there. He's not at this point. Okay, there he is. I'm going to take advantage of blind fire here. That's one of the great things about LMGs in here, is you can blind fire an LMG and keep going. Put yourself at less risk. There we go. Okay, we're moving on. Alright, we've got some electronics gloves. Now I've got 2 pair of gloves and I'm going to look at them. I've got 1 pair with assault rifle damage and I've got 1 pair with LMG damage. I've got an LMG right now, so I'm going to keep the LMG on, but I plan on using an assault rifle later in the game, so I'm going to hold on to those. Alright, we got a sniper. That's my preferred weapon in survival. I'm going to take my SMG, I'm going to take my LMG off. Put that sniper on. Alright, we've got stamina vest. I'm going to inspect those to see what I like more, my stamina vest or my firearms vest. Now 69k stamina is pretty good. Okay, now right here, I've got 1 red bar. I don't see anybody else. I got 1 across the reticles. So I'm going to try to take this dude out real quick. Okay, I got an audible on my right. Pretty far on the right, so I'm going to keep an eye out on that just in case we get one trying to move up. There he is. He's trying to move up. They will surround you if you're not careful, if you're not moving. Again, we've got 1 on the left, 1 on the right. Make sure they don't, keep an eye out, make sure they do not get in behind you. You will miss them. It's these conditions out here, you will miss them. Okay, take him out. I got another audible from up the street here. So I want to keep my guard up. Okay, he's on the move. There he is. We don't know what he is. Okay, alright, that's a yellow bar grenadier. We're not ready for him. He's going to keep moving. We can't keep him still to pop him with the sniper, so we're going to move on.
Detecting lowering of core
Alright,
body
remember
temperature.
that
Threat of hypothermia increased.
remember that yellow bar heavy from earlier? Well, we've got the tool to deal with him if we want to. You don't need to, but it's some good points. Basically, the key is to keep him at length, at arm's length. Keep hitting him with sniper shots. Keep backing up. You'll notice I'm not taking terribly great shots here in a minute. It's because I'm moving back. I'm not letting him get to me to where he can start opening fire. That way I can whittle him down. You know, I don't have too many sniper shots, but I have enough where I can feel comfortable with where I'm going to be at after I'm done with him. Again, a grenade is your friend, especially in a tight spot. Okay, just got an audible on my left. I do not want to take fire from both sides, especially when one of those sides is a yellow bar. So I'm gonna bug out, get some warmth. The yellow bar heavy ain't moving too fast. I'm sure he's still coming this way. But at least if I attracted that other mob or whatever NPC is over there, at least I've got both of them in front of me instead of one on my side and one in front of me. Looking around, I'm not seeing the flashlight. Definitely want to keep tabs on them though. You always want to watch out for that flashlight. That helps you more than it helps them. Combat music hasn't dropped out. All right, he's noticed me. So we're gonna back up the street. We haven't cleared out that end of the street, so it's a little bit tricky. We're gonna have to listen to hear if anybody's coming from behind us.
Just a matter of time.
Got good distance with him. However, he did just, there we go. Again, I caught him trying to throw a grenade. That's going to be to my benefit. Now wipe him out. So you can take yellow bars as a solo player. It's definitely possible, and you might say that that's a kind of a cheap way to do it, but you know what? If you've got the time, the resources, the tools to do it, however you can make points. Okay, got that audible from whatever I heard earlier. I don't know where they're at, don't see them. Okay, I'm getting closer though. Combat music hasn't dropped out yet. So they're alert. Again, I'm gonna take out a grenade. All right, got them highlighted. I know where they're at. Move up on them. I'm gonna line them up because I can. That way, if I manage to take one out and the other one doesn't move fast enough, I can keep on firing on him. Didn't work out. And a shotgun. Yeah, tell you what, I know that the meta right now, 1.8.2, getting in close. Shotguns, showstopper, all that fun stuff. Shotguns will not help you out in survival. You do not want to get in close with an NPC because you don't know where his friends are at. They will take you out. Now remember, you want to pick up every piece of gear that you come across because you can break those down. You want to break those down and get the fabric from it. You want as much fabric as you can. You're going to see at the end that you need all that you can get. Okay, so I have looped around.
Drop in core temperature detected.
Back to where I was. I'm gonna head for that construction site now. Now I'm full on energy bars, but I can eat one. So I'm going to eat one, I'm going to top off again. Now here's a big tip right here. For 2 green tools, you can make an extended mag. For 2 green tools, you can make a 12x scope. Now each sniper rifle comes with a gray one that has 1 times headshot damage. But with 2 green tools, you can make one that gives you 8.5 headshot damage. That's, for what it costs, that's pretty big. Especially since you want to get a sneak attack in on them. You want to be hitting their head right away. You want to be hitting as hard as you can. Okay, so move on. I took care of the construction site. I'm moving forward. I set a waypoint at a mid-range hideout. I'm going to pass the Russian consulate here. Okay, I got flashlights. There's 2 of them. I want to watch myself here. I'm not in a good position with those headlights there to see them. Okay, they're Rikers. You want to watch it because they'll be very aggressive on you. They will charge, they will get after you. toss a grenade and bug out. Keep moving back. Not a good spot to hold up. They're gonna swarm me right away. Keep moving back, keep moving back. I'm moving back into the space that I've already cleared. I know it's clear, so it's safe. That's what you want to do. If you're going to take on yellow bars like this, you want to have places that you can bug out. You want to have places where you can fall back on. Because if you don't, they're going to swarm you and they're going to take you out. I almost killed that guy. And you're going to love what's about to happen. But they're just all over the place. I hear him on the left. And I just killed a yellow bar in survival mode with melee. How about that? So I know his friend is going to be pursuing me still. He's going to keep mouthing off. You're going to keep seeing him with his flashlight. So you're going to be able to keep tabs on him fairly well. But he will wreck you if you let him touch you. So you have to keep moving
Core
back.
temperature is dipped below optimal levels.
The movements, they're wild, they're unpredictable, they're just, I mean, he doesn't even know where I'm at this point. He's just running. He's running and he's screaming. So I'm gonna move back just to save myself some time. That way I can keep moving forward after I do take him out. So he lost track of me. He caught a whiff of me again, but he still hasn't really picked me up. So I'm gonna take some pot shots, try to give him a nudge, come at me. Probably should have thrown a grenade at this point, but hindsight's 20/20. So he's gonna keep coming this way. Still doing pretty well on the cold meter. Picked up enough stuff. I'm -16. I'm doing pretty well with that.
Alert.
And again, I didn't need to spend any money, any fabric making clothes. This is just what I picked up. You do not need to make clothes. Do not waste your fabric on clothes. Okay, so there he is. He's coming around the corner. I'm gonna get a little brazen here. He drags me all the way down, but I'm gonna blind fire him and take care of him. So he gives me a purple snipe. I prefer low rate of fire, high impact, but I will take whatever I can get. That's part of the fun of survival. Is you're going to use weapons that you're not used to, and you're about to see with this FAL I'm about to pick up. And if you don't know, the FAL isn't a terribly great gun, but you know what? Sometimes that's what you got to work with. I'm going to make another extended mag so I can put one in both my new sniper, my new assault rifle. I'm going to put my green scope on it.
Warning. Infection levels increasing.
Break down all those for weapon parts, all that good rot. I'm going to put my assault rifle gloves on that I held on to earlier. Hopefully that'll help me out. So from here, I'm going to book it straight over to that mid-range safe spot. Now when I say mid-range, you've got 3 different grades of safe areas. You got your beginning safe area that you start in, your mid-range, which will give you access to a few more skills and some blue weaponry, and then the ones that I'm at right now, which are essentially outside of the Dark Zone, you can make purple weapons, and I usually run with the Lavoa C, and I usually run with an SRS A1. I feel like I don't have enough weapon parts here. I just made a huge mistake right there. I just converted all of my electronics to yellow. Do not convert them to yellow at this point, especially if you have not made your skills yet, and I haven't, so I made a bonehead mistake right there. So basically I've got to keep going without a pulse and without my turret. Those are the two I run with. So that was a bonehead mistake. Like I said, if you do not have, if you've got weapon parts but you haven't dropped weapons, you know, you can make some purple weapons. That's what I usually do. Like I said, and they're not random rolls. Each game, each instance of survival, they're the same offerings every single time. So you know that those weapons are going to be there. You know what you have available to work with. I wasn't terribly great with the Lavoa C to begin with, but I'm fairly proficient with it now. That's because I got used to it. I know it's available to me. I'm gonna come back here. I'm gonna make my basic filter. That's all you need to get into the Dark Zone. There is a second level where if you want to go underground in places in the Dark Zone, you'll need, but you only technically need the one basic virus filter. You're also able to pick up a third grenade pouch, but I didn't do that there. I'll do that a bit later. So here I am about to jump. I'm about to get into the Dark Zone. I'm sorting out my gear before I do that, so I know what I'm working with. Remember, every survival game is different. You're going to find different stuff. You're going to have different stats. So you want to try to get a feel for what you're working with before you go jumping in. So you're not a glass cannon trying to go get into a bunch of fights, or you're not really high on electronics and not using those to the best of your ability. You want to keep tabs on what you got every single game.
Drop in core temperature detected.
But I'm going to run back here. I'm going to make my skills. I just got enough electronics. I'm going to make a pulse. And I'm going to run right back. There's a lot of talking, so I'm going to take a drink here.
Warning. Infection levels increasing.
Alright, I get my pulse on. Now, one thing that I can't teach you very well, that's something you've got to feel
Infection
out,
temporarily stabilized.
is time management. Right now, I know that I'm a bit behind to the point where I'm not going to be able to take these yellow bars up ahead that I usually take. But you have to, it's something you've got to get a feel for. Again, you have an hour, but if you've got a bunch of, if you haven't found a lot of medicine, you know, you can still find a bunch and be all right. You know, if you don't panic if you're down to 30 minutes, down to 25 minutes, and you've had that happen to you. If you can find medicine, if you can't find medicine, you need to get moving. You need to realize that, you know, time is of the essence, and that's essentially the call that I made here, where I don't take these yellow bars that I usually take. I wait for them to pass there. They always, all the yellow bars in survival mode run a specific patrol, back and forth, same every time, same enemies, same classes. So you always know where they're going to be. You always know where you can find them. Alright, so now we're about to get into the fun stuff. We're about to hop in the Dark Zone. A couple things change when you get in the Dark Zone. Gear set items, lootable gear set boxes and weapon boxes, they do not give you gear pieces or weapons anymore. They are caches, every single one of them. You need 5 of them. You need to extract with 5 caches overall, and they're all over the place. You just need to pick them up. Okay, I've got 3. I'm gonna try to knock down the purple barn, but he runs off. He's a slippery.
Warning. Infection progressing.
Dumbass, he's coming out in the middle. Okay, got an audible from some L&B on my right. Gotta watch for them coming on. Moving up, they've seen me. Again, play it safe, play it, find cover, wait for them to make their move, and then hit them.
Looks like we lost one.
Alright, took care of that. Now, something you should know. All watch out for drops. Random enemies can drop medicine, painkillers, food, anything like that. So keep an eye out. So we've got a second cache here. Now, regular checkpoints, regular dark zone checkpoints are not open during a survival game. However, most of them, if you go check them out, a decent amount of them, I would say, have division tech. You need division tech in order to create weapons, high-end weapons, and also the flare gun that you need to create in order to get out. My antivirals, which are bleeding through for me right there on the bottom of my screen, that cache, so we got a third one there. That specific cache with the antivirals also gives you a division tech. So if you can pick one of these boxes and get 2 division tech, you can make yourself 2 weapons and then have that 3rd division tech that you get with your antivirals to make your flare gun. So that's something I always try to do, is I try to get an extra box of division tech so I can have my flare gun and I can have my sniper rifle. And you're gonna see the sniper. It's the custom M44. It's kind of key to the strategy that I'm gonna show you for probably the easiest hunter kills and extraction there is. It's my opinion.
Warning.
So
Infection
when you're in the
levels
dark zone,
increasing.
it's going to tell you that somebody's extracting. If you go over there, it will spawn your hunter along with their hunter, and you can take them out. I like playing it on my terms, though. Okay, we've got a mob up ahead. Got an audible on my right. Drag them down. Got audibles. Got audibles, so we're gonna back off of it. Gonna keep an eye out. Gonna pulse, gonna see where we're at. Now, random enemies can drop weapon mods like that one just did. It's very rare. That's probably more often than not they'll drop a weapon or a gear piece. It's not very common for them to drop a weapon mod like that. Okay, so keeping them in front of me. Got another one come through the door there.
Watch each other's back.
Right here, if I had a turret, I'd throw one in order to get two firing lines on them, get a distraction on them. But
Watch each other's back.
Made the bonehead mistake. Wasn't able to make it. Gotta pay the price.
Stay low. Keep firing.
The other thing is in survival, more so than in a regular instance of the vision. Enemies, if you move to a different location while in cover, they won't pick up on it. It's more likely they won't pick up on it, and you can hit them from a different spot. All right, so we're moving on here. This is a pretty interesting fight that I get into here. My antivirals are right over there, but I've got a mob. Hit them with the foul, do as much damage to as many of them as I can before they sort out my location. Now listen carefully. Okay, I got an audible and another audible. Got two audibles. LMB and Riker. Although it turns out to be cleaner. So I move back. They don't realize I'm there. They pick each other up, and I can move in and I can try to wipe out one side before the other side moves in on me. Not very successful at that, so here I gotta take out this other cleaner before I can take his position so I can stay safe when dealing with this purple bar. Okay, there's two audibles there. I've got two purples. Not in a good spot, so I need to move back. Okay, that audible on my left tells me he's moving up quick, but he bounces back. He could have moved up on my left side though and taken it though. I got lucky there. Again, as long as you can keep cover, take shots, take low risk shots, or take shots when they're reloading, or random shots. Anything to try to keep maximum safe.
We're in the air in 30 seconds.
Keep safe as much as you can without them swarming you, and always move back. They can't say it enough. You listen for them, you move back, you retreat, you stay in cover as much as you can. That is the key.
Evac initiates in 10 seconds. Get on.
Okay, so I take a swig and I top off.
Infection progressing.
So, and there's
We're in the air and returning to base.
some painkillers for you again.
Alert. Infection progress halted.
So I'm about to head back to this safe room here. So sort out your gear, put on the best stuff that you want at this point, just in case you don't have the materials to make something better in that particular slot. In this case, I do. So you come down here after you've destroyed everything you don't want, turn all your greens into blues, and then turn all your blues into yellows. I'm actually going to make my turret here. I usually have the turret well before this point, but I was not. Made that
Flare gun
bonehead
required
mistake.
for extraction is now detected.
Okay. Made my flare gun.
Warning. Infection levels increasing.
Converting all my materials up to high end. Actually, I had quite a bit of weapon parts there, didn't I? But okay, so we're gonna start. I'm gonna make my third med kit pouch here. I'm lucky enough that I held on. I had just enough fabric and tools to do that. So I come down to my weapon here. Sidearm, you don't need a Division Tech to make, but it does cost you weapon parts. So this custom M44, like I was telling you, that's my go-to. That's my bread and butter. And then I'll make the G36 here as well. You can go with whatever you want. That's just what I prefer. And then from here, what I'll do is I'll make a high velocity magazine. A loud vent brake. And a small grip red. And I'll put all those on my sniper to increase crit damage, crit chance. And I'll go. So I've got, look at this. It costs 3 fabric and 1 electronics to make 1 high-end armor piece. I didn't pick up enough to make a full set. I've got enough to make 4. Now when you do this, keep in mind, when you make high-end gear here, it's going to random roll into electronics or stamina or firearms. So you gotta watch out. You could be spec'd into something completely different than what you've been running up to this point, just on RNG. You prioritize your blues, your greens even. So I'm gonna put my weapons on. I put my gray scope on the G36 just for good measure. That loud vent brake that purple one that I popped earlier, I'm gonna put that on there since I've got it. There's my green scope. I'm gonna put that on. You can see the kind of power that this thing's got when we get up to fight that hunter. So I'm looking at my stats here. I can tell you right now I've got way more electronics than I wanted. I could use a bit more stamina, and my firearms with the sniper isn't all that whippy either. So what I can do is what I just did, is I took all the pieces, all the pieces that I replaced with high-end pieces, scrap them all, see what I can make. You can make gear mods with the fabric and electronics. So I made a firearms one. You can make 5 and hold 5 if you've got enough material to do that, which I've done before. It's more power to you. So, alright, so we are kitted out. We're gonna go have this showdown with this hunter. And down here in DZ2, that's where you want to go. That's the preferred. I've had cases where my antivirals were all the way up north, and I've managed to make it all the way down in order to extract. It's not out of the question. Put on my turret because I forgot to do it in there. I didn't need to grab that weapon parts. It was just kind of reflex. I get an audible from a yellow bar inside the building there, but they will not chase you. Landmarks, if you don't go anywhere near them, they won't come out. They won't chase you. Okay, so I pulse here, and I checked my map just a bit ago in case there was any dead players that are here. If there are any dead players, there's a chance that their hunter is still here, just loitering around. If you walk in and they see you, they will take you out. They will try to take you out, so you have to be ready in case that happens. The thing about survival is you're not going to find the same situation, the same scenario every 2 games. You have to watch yourself. Alright. So come up here, throw my flare. I'm going to run down the exact way I just came up.
On the way.
he's gonna, the hunter is gonna spawn behind you somewhere, but he's not going to be in a place where he can put shots on you just yet. Run down these stairs, across the street, find this rope to rappel. This is your sniper nest. Now, he did manage to find me to put 3 shots on me. You saw how far it dragged me down. Wait for, I see he's got a box over there. Doesn't appear that he's in the box though. Where the box is, okay, he just threw chaff. I put my turret up there for distraction and for damage. And I load him up. Boom goes the dynamite. Now that was a very easy encounter. Do not underestimate these hunters. They can run all over the top of this roof, and they will. They'll go down on the street. They won't go up the rope. That's the point. They will never go up that rope. I've had one stand at the bottom of that rope, and I didn't know he was there, and I damn near shit my fucking pants. Excuse my language. But yeah, they will make life difficult. They will move all around that rooftop. You just have to watch it. They will put damage on you and especially if they've got a sticky bomb, they can absolutely take you out. You saw how quickly he dropped me down to my first bar. If you're with multiple people, it will spawn as many hunters as are in the vicinity when you pop. If 3 of you go stand up on that perch, and one of you goes up there and pops the flare, only one hunter is going to spawn because the other 3 are not close enough to spawn their hunter. Now what I'm doing here is a little unorthodox. I see that I've got enough time on my disease count timer that I don't need to extract right now. I'm gonna go and actually try to pick on some yellow bars
30 seconds.
with my sniper. Now that helicopter, he'll take off, and something you need to know is once you have the flare gun, you do not need to create another one if you take a shot. You've got it. You can use it as many times as you can get to an extraction zone. So you do not need to worry about getting in
Prepping to land.
that instance, that usage.
Evac leaving in 30 seconds.
Now I'm holding
Be in
off
the
on
air in
taking
10.
some food there for a reason. And I'll explain it a little bit later, because it won't make too much sense if I tell it to you now. But right now, just kind of padding my score, just taking out enemies. What little time I've got. There's another cache farming right there. They're all over the place. You just gotta go looking for them. You just gotta go picking them up. 5 caches is not a difficult thing to come across. You can hold 6 in one match. You can take care of that in one match if you're good enough. I got so used to not having my pulse this game, I haven't used it yet. These yellow bar cleaners, they'll get very aggressive. There's a heavy cleaner that comes as well. He moves quick. He's not as quick as they used to be, but he will move. You've got to, if this is a good street to keep backing down if need be. Now they get some damage on me. I look at my timer and I think, it's probably not worth it. I'm probably okay here. I'm probably going to be all right with my score. So I'm a bug out. Okay, so I'm back. I headed back to DZ2 extraction. Pop again. Now, just because this hunter won't appear again, I don't remember if I said that or not.
Incoming.
Once you've killed your hunter, they will not spawn again
Evac Hello returning to
if
base.
you pop another flare. However, you have to be careful. See what's happened here? A hunter's popped up. You say, well, what's going on? I don't know what's going on, but I'm gonna hop up. I'm gonna treat it just like I would any other hunter. Get myself set up. I'm looking over there. And there it is. There's the reason there's another hunter. Somebody else has showed up. That can happen. Again, different. There's a different. I just took a pot shot at him to let him know I'm there. I don't know if it took him out. So I'm going to help him out. We're going to go 2-on-1 on this guy. Grenades. No better time to use them if you've got them. There you go. It's like I said. There's a formula to it. So again, one of the reasons I enjoy survival as much as I do is because you're never gonna have the same experience twice. I can go on about all the different things that's happened, all the different ways that I was able to
60
get
seconds
out,
to go.
all the
Initiating
different
landing.
scenarios. It's really fun. It's if you're not looking to grind gear,
Need you
you're
to get
looking
clear
for
of the landing zone.
interesting, engaging gameplay. Survival, you can't beat it. It's like a
30 seconds left to get on
PvP
board.
heavy version of Fortnite, PUBG, stuff like that. So there we are. Before you hop on the bird, use a food and use a drink. That way you have your thirst and your hunger score at 100%. That is worth more than just having those items in your inventory, because you get points for every consumable you still got,
Hello
and you
is
get
in the
points
air and on our
for
way.
having a higher disease score,
Here, you
hunger
made it out,
score,
Agent.
thirst
So
score.
you've got some stories to tell, but I'm not even sure I want to know. We'll see you back here. Good work.
So again, wasn't my best run. I got master rank. I think I showed you, the difficulties that can come with it, with the survival game. 11-9. So if you see here, I extracted second. The other guy with me extracted second as well. Got my hunter defeated. Gear score could have been higher because I only made 4 of the 6 yellow pieces. Survival time, hour 41 minutes. Still got Lone Wolf, even though I helped him out. I didn't assist anybody, get anybody up. My combat score could have been higher. I'm usually up around the 3600 for combat. I like to take on mobs. It just wasn't my regular route that I take wasn't available to me. I eventually got
Now
on
entering
it,
a safe
but,
area.
so I want to thank you. I want to thank Massive for an incredible experience doing so much for this game. So yeah, this has been Muffin Man Revelation Attack. I'm out.